Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Precision MCS822-689. This is what's called a Mullion Cap Spacer, or a spacer for a mullion. And generally, you'll need these. Not generally, you're going to need these when you don't simply have enough room to get your top mullion fitting installed underneath the header of the frame, because the jamb is either too small, or it's completely lacking a stop other than a blade stop. So this is a piece of steel, weighs 1.05 pound or thereabout, and is simply meant to allow to give you the additional room necessary to get your top fitting installed. Overall length, 4-inch. Overall depth, about 1.5 inches. And then just heavy on 1/2 inch, maybe 9/16. We'll include a couple of machine screws for getting it installed into a drilled and tapped hole in your reinforced header. So let's switch to the screen view and take a look at some supporting documentation, cut sheet, parts list, things of that nature. Okay, so this is the item that we are here looking at. It's the MCS822 Mullion Cap Spacer. This is not much to see here, so let's take a look at the parts drawing, which is listed below here. And really all that happens is that it refers to the item itself. Does it even refer to it? Let's take a look. Yeah, it sure does, right here. MSC822 Mullion spacer. They don't show it installed here at all. However, the cut sheet will give you an idea. So here's your mullion, your top fitting, your bottom fitting, your tubular rectangular piece of steel. Well, when you have a frame so narrow that you cannot get your mullion otherwise installed, you'll need to use a spacer, which is here. This is the spacer here. Okay, your top fitting, and then your mullion. Okay, so right in here, that's your spacer. Simple and straightforward. You're going to run your mounting, to these two holes, and then these two holes are where you'll go up into the header with your reinforcement. Now, not only would you use it on a very narrow frame, and the factory actually tells us let's see, spacer, minimum width 3.5 inch. For 2.25 frame spacer, specify that part number. But I think what they're really talking about there is the dimension of the soffit. So what they're doing here is you've got a frame, and if your soffit is large enough where you can get your mounting plate, your top mounting fitting, and then your unit's going to come over like that, you're in good shape. But if you don't have enough room, like they showed earlier, yeah, you're going to need to throw that unit in there so that you can get your top fitting in. Or, and where I suspect this client has ordered these for, they have an application where what they have is a blade stop or something like that. So there is no room at all to get that installed. Not adequate room. Now, I don't really believe that they have an aluminum frame with a blade stop. Let me back up. It's possible that they do. I don't see how that's going to... They're going to have to make accommodation to get their material installed. But that blade stop is so thin, your spacer would have to fit inside of here to get your mullion installed here. So depending on where it's being used, very narrow jam depth, very small jam depth will yield a very small soffit dimension. The soffit is in a frame. This is all collectively referred to as the stop. The stop is made up of components That's the stop face. That's the soffit. That, of course, is the rabbet, not part of the stop. But stop face and the soffit is how I know it. Okay? So, handy information to be able to visualize, oh, okay, that's where I need to install that. You're going to certainly have problems if you do have an aluminum frame here with a blade stop. But stranger things have happened. You might be using it there. Now, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the precision products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Precision is a name synonymous with exit devices and has been for decades, even though it's branded under the Stanley name now, and that may or may not change in the near future with the branding of Stanley and Best and Precision now, I believe, all under the the Dormakaba name. What I like about the Stanley catalog is they do approach it very straightforward, in my opinion. When you're looking at the catalog, if you study it enough, and especially the price list, you can start to quickly see, oh, this is how they build their part numbers. So it doesn't take too terribly much information to be able to successfully navigate the world of precision exit devices. And that's very appreciated. Okay, here's a how to order matrix right here for their Apex series. Let's wrap up this video on camera. Okay, in conclusion, this is the Precision MCS822 Mullion Spacer block. Very typical and common item from, again, a name that's been synonymous with exit devices for decades. Precision, Best, Stanley, they're under that Dormakaba umbrella. I know that there's reorganization happening, better aligning their products and their marketing attempts to compete better within the multi-billion-dollar, multinational space that they compete against with their Assa Abloys and Allegions. You know, you've got different companies and with different cultures, but what I can tell you is certainly with Best, more so than the others, because I contact their tech support more so than the others. And I have Precision as well. There is a culture of excellence when it comes to technical support. That is certainly the case with Dorma, absolutely. Kaba I deal with less because of much of what they sell is direct to market. And when it comes to Stanley, you know, it's a simple and straightforward product line, meaning I'm very familiar with their hinges, and their commercial hardware is, you know, like many other people's commercial hardware. So they've got a good thing going there, and I wish them well, and thank all of their tech support for helping answer the questions that are not easy to just come up with. Any questions on the Precision MCS822 Mullion Cap? This is in a 689 finish, sprayed aluminum. It can be done in dark bronze and a prime coat as well. Any questions on this or any other Precision product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.